c'est un des livres les plus troublants et puis les plus palpitants de ce début d'année. Donc moi, je vous conseille pas, je vous ordonne de lire ce livre parce que si vous ne lisez pas ce livre, vous allez passer à côté de grands moments d'émotion. Voilà. Pourquoi ce livre?
Before I wrote the novel, I was working for the CIA. I spent 8 years as a CIA analyst. I started out working on Russia, and then I moved over to work counterterrorism issues. And it was a fascinating career. It was rewarding work, but I did get to the point where I felt like I needed a change. Thinking about terrorism, day in and day out for years takes a bit of a toll. And at the same time, I had young kids. I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I loved the idea of a career with some flexibility. Writing is something I've always enjoyed. For a long time, I've really wanted to write a book. So when my younger son was born, I took an extra long maternity leave, and that's when I wrote the book.
Vous avez rencontré ce personnage de mari, d'espion, qui est à la fois attachant. Moi, je trouve ce type absolument, soit il est odieux, soit il est charmant. Est-ce que vous avez rencontré dans votre carrière ce personnage qui va fasciner les gens?
The book is definitely fiction, and it's not based on, there's no real life example. But I will tell you how I came up with the idea. I met my husband around the same time I started working for the CIA. And as a new officer, you hear these warnings about the potential for foreign intelligence services to try to get close to you. So on the one hand, I was dating this great guy, and on the other, I'm hearing these warnings about foreign intelligence services. And the thought actually did cross my mind, what if he's not who he says he is? Luckily, he's just a great guy, but that idea sort of stuck with me.
Est-ce que vous êtes fasciné par ce personnage? Est-ce que il est à la fois odieux mais immonde, hein, et puis il est à la fois charmant, c'est le diable et le bon Dieu. Est-ce que vous êtes, de quel côté vous penchez? Vous êtes amoureuse de ce type? Ou vous auriez fait la même chose que cette femme? Ou...
There are certainly similarities between the main character, Vivian, and myself. She's a CIA analyst, like I was, and she's a mom of young kids, and I have young kids as well. But beyond that, we are very different people. I think when I was writing the book, I really did try to put myself in her shoes and think about how I would react in a similar situation. And I don't think I always would have made the same decisions that she made. But I did try to kind of make her, a realistic person. And I tried to draw on those experiences I had at the CIA. And I think in many ways, this is really a very typical American family. They don't necessarily always have the easiest life. They have financial problems. One of their children has special needs. I think it's a realistic family, but it's not my own family.
Ok. Et l'amour, elle est amoureuse, voilà, l'amour là-dedans.
She's in such a difficult situation, and she loves her husband, and you can see why, because he is this great guy, and he's a great father and a great husband, and but at the same time, he has this deep, dark secret, and he's not who he says he was, and when she learns this, she's faced with these very difficult choices, and it really does come down to a choice between loyalty to her country and loyalty to her family, and I think. I think I wouldn't have always made the same decisions, but I can see why she made the decisions that she made.
Ok. Et si on renverse les rôles, hein, si la femme avait été un homme et l'homme la femme, c'est-à-dire si le liar, on dit ça, le liar, était la femme, est-ce que vous pensez que la réaction aurait été la même?
Yeah, I do. I think. It's such a difficult thing, really, when everything that you've kind of believed in your life turns out to not be true. I mean, how would anyone react to that? And I think, you know, Vivian's really just trying to survive and trying to make the best decisions in that situation. And I think if the roles were reversed and the main character were a man and found this out about his wife, I think, you know, I think it would be a similar decision-making process. And, you know, one thing that kind of complicates everything is the kids. You know, there are 4 young kids in this family, and I think a lot of her decisions have to do with kind of trying to protect her kids. And you really kind of see that mama bear instinct come out.
Ah oui, c'est ça. Il y a quand même, enfin, il y a ça qui est troublant dans ce livre, c'est quand même quand elle dit, il y a le côté femme, enfin le côté mère qui est là avec les enfants qui sont toujours omniprésents. Hein, c'est ça qui donne tout le charme à ce bouquin, moi je trouve, ce qui donne l'humanité au. Il y a le côté CIA avec bon toutes les enquêtes, mais il y a le côté tendresse. Elle est prête à sacrifier tout pour ses enfants, quoi. Et est-ce que vos amis regardent votre mari d'une autre manière maintenant?
Yes, and I feel kind of guilty about that. You know, people do sort of make the assumption that I'm writing about myself and my relationship with my husband, and you know, I'm definitely not. He's not a Russian spy.
Yeah.